Nice dancing there, Carrot House. How you doing? As you can tell by this big box on the desk, I'm having another look at the 5150, specifically the CH375B. I'm sure we could crowdfund enough money to get you to dance on video. Yes, I'm going to have another look at the CH375B and see if I can get this little drive working on it once and for all. I have an idea for it, but we'll see if it does or not. Also, I forgot to charge my other mobile phone for the other camera. I'm up to 15% on that at the moment. I made a rather useful discovery earlier on. The screws on this. You're doing Star Trek. Oh yes, I'm sure it was, yes. And don't think I actually have a copy of Generations. That's one of the ones I haven't got. I've got a few. I've got the newer ones, and I've got a couple of the Star Trek films, but I don't have many of them at the moment. I don't know why. I just haven't got around to buying them. Yes, that's what I was saying. I made a great discovery the other day, or earlier today. For the 5150, these really annoying flathead screws in the back. If you get an ordinary sort of socket screwdriver, take the socket out, take your bit out. It's the perfect size for the hex head of the screw. No more messing around with annoying flatheads. Makes it so much easier. I think he was a flathead who invented them. We should all venerate Philip and his Phillips head screws. I've also got a different camera on today. I've plugged in my Brio instead of the desk camera because I'm going to be wanting to use my Canon for taking some photos in a moment. Right. I've also got a 4.5mm one here for the internal screws, which works quite nicely. But I don't need that for this card because there is no back to it. Right. Let's get this out of the way for the moment. So what I want to do first of all will be to pop out the EEPROM and start it off erasing. I am going to want to reprogram it. Set a 15-minute timer. This is the CH375 USB interface card. I had it out a couple of weeks ago. It's what the 5150 is booting from. But what I want to do is take a couple of good high-res photographs of it and see if there's a way I can modify it to take a smaller EEPROM. I've got plenty of little EEPROMs, but no, only the one or two, so I don't know where the other one is. Larger EEPROMs. Or I've got some much larger EEPROMs. So, let's have a look. I want to bring up... I've got, what's it going? Entangle working now on here. Somewhere. There we go. That's as close in as I can zoom with my camera with where it is at the moment. It's a I would really like to do it project, but not a I must do it. It's a let's see if I can do it project. Right. But also with this, I would like to reverse engineer the card. I'm sure there's a schematic online somewhere for this, but I would like to reverse engineer this because I'm looking at designing what I'm calling the kitchen sink card, which combines a load of other cards together onto one expansion card, because there's only 5 slots in the 5150 and they're all full, so I want to compress it down. So I want to put this onto this kitchen sink card. So I need to know exactly how it all works before that is done. Okay. So can we see on here? Enough detail on the chips to see what they are? No. It's a 74 something. I'm expecting it all to be Jelly Bean logic, because it's just a bit of address decoding. Right. So I'm going to have a better view of these chips. Which means my dodgy microscope thing. When it connects. There we go. Okay, left-hand chip is a 132. That's a 138. So a 2 to 4 decoder, I think, the 138. That's good. HC 139, I believe. No, 125. 125. Tri-state latch. Right, so we've got 138 on the left. Let's open this with GIMP. Bit big. Okay, so that was a 138. The one in the middle. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Can't you tell? I'm already in my costume for Halloween. One in the middle was the 139. Let's just duplicate this layer. This one was a 125. Okay, so the current issue with the board and the current problem with the board is it's set up for a 27C 256, I want to say, which is 16K, I think. Oh, 16, no, 32. I can't remember. Anyway, it's set up for a specific size chip. I want it to work on a smaller chip, but if I just put a smaller chip in, it finds that chip twice. So I want to try and narrow down the addressing on it, which probably means some tweaking to the circuitry around the 138. Right. So if I have a look at the second screen gone, there it is. We've got 74HC13. Let me just bring up the data sheet for that. Okay. got A0, A1, A2, gate 1, gate 0, gate 1, gate 2, output 7, ground, output 6. Is that actually there's a trace there, isn't there, I think? Output 5. These go into the jumpers here, don't they? Might be easier actually if I work out where the chip select pin on the EEPROM goes to. Uh, 27C256. DaVinci Resolve from Blackmagic. And it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, where's the pin out? Chip select is pin 20 on here. Lost my mouse again. There it is. Problem having 4 screens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is that pin there. Okay. That pin there is on the back of the board. So I think I shall load the back into GIMP as well. To new layer. Layer transform. Flip vertically. And I want perspective. Pull these corners out to match. The studio version gives you access to some fancier filters and plugins and things like the ability to run a network-based render server and all sorts of fancy things that as a single person editing I have never really wanted. Blackmagic make most of their money from their hardware. In fact, when you buy any piece of hardware, you get a key for the studio version anyway. But there's no restrictions as such in the free version. It just doesn't do some of the more high-end fancy things that a studio would use. Okay, that's pretty well lined up. There's my alarm. Yes, the cameras are to die for. Oh. Google just started listening in and trying to start playing an album then. Right, the EEPROM is erased. I've got something slightly awry with the alignment here, which is not surprising. It's gone completely awry. Aligning this is very much an iterative process. You gradually get closer and closer. Every time you tweak one corner, all the others go out of alignment. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Let's get a pencil tool and a nice bright red colour. Why is that suddenly all out of alignment again? Oh, of course. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Let's do this again. Align it. Align it. Align it. Align it. Probably an easier way of doing this. That's pretty well aligned. And now I'm going to press the transform button up here. There we go. Now it'll actually do what I told it to do. Okay, where are we? Pin 20 is chip enable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is that one there? Got output 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chip enable. Pencil. So this is our chip enable line here. That. Comes along here and down here. Oops. Changed colour then. And then down to here, here. Okay. Then we're going into what looks like a pull-up resistor, which is fair enough. And Oh, excuse me, sneezing. And then we come along here into the 125. Okay, what was the 125? .74 HC125 is a. I thought so. It's a tri-state buffer. Okay, that is going to. Going into, where are we? The output of buffer 4. The input of buffer 4 is this one here. And the gate control, the output enable is that one there. Okay. So let's bring up the back. Nothing on the back. So where, I wonder, does this pin here, these two pins go? I have no way of seeing those. They might be these ones here. It might be that one there. I'm going to have to manually find out. Yep. Right, let's put that there. And then this can come here. Okay. So I need third from this end. And we shall see where that goes to. I found it there. Where else? Okay, so that one goes to yeah. Is this trace here. So that must have a link through to there. The next one is that pin there. Which is that pin on the ISA. Now then, ISA, is that the memory read pin? ISA bus pin out. That's a terrible image that I'm looking at. Where's the pin out? Let's just get the Wikipedia page up. That's better. Okay. Now, which end is which on this? I think this is pin 1 here, isn't it? That's B, this side. So we're on drive, what's that drive? Side A. These are both plus 5 volts is, oh, it's both ends the same. These not being used. It's certainly not memory read and write because those are on this side. Is it AN, address enable? Could be. I think this is pin 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought so. Address enable. Right. Address enable. That makes some sense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. So we have here, switch screens. Here, across to there, down to there, across to there, up to there. This also shoots off over this way somewhere, logically enough, because address enable will be used all over the place. So the actual decoding value is coming out of this pin of the 139. The 139 for HE139. 74 HC139. Thank you. That output on the 139 is 1Y3. This is a 2 to 4 line decoder, which is, this is coming from the highest bit. Did you? I guess you did. You see the reverse engineering of the CS150 CD-ROM interface that we did? It's pretty much the same technique we used there. Tracing where things are going, basically, using a bit of opacity. What was I? Yes, that's output on 1Y3, so the addresses coming in are on these 2 pins here, which come straight from here. Yes, I know, that was fortuitous, but also annoying. It's fun doing the reverse engineering though, especially when you've got no actual imagery and no actual card to work with. So these pins here are the 2 that are controlling the address, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's pins 15 and 16 on the ISA bus, A15, A16. A15 is address 16, A16 is address 15. So I would need to add into it somehow address 14, which is this one here. Yeah, it's all on GitHub. The whole GitHub repo for it. No, we spent hours and hours and hours on the Discord channel discussing where one trace would go or two traces would go, and how this one couldn't possibly go that way because they were both outputs, and spent hours arguing over where they go. But in the end, we got it right, which was, as you say, quite a feat. Right, so I have the address 14 in use here. So we've got, let's just put these in. Somewhere around. I'm done with it. I'm not good at it. I can't remember where I stashed it. Let's have a look there. Somewhere here. Let's shift these out of the way. And load OBS on my other PC. Yes, here's the repo. You can't see it on here, unfortunately. To clone this. No, it already exists. Let's just update, already up to date. And if I come out of there a moment. It does do GPU acceleration. It won't work without GPU acceleration. And hello, Speedy MF, by the way. Where are we? I want the Gerber. Okay. Yeah, this is the CM153 card. And zooming in here. I'm on the credits. It's Helen Croft, me, Wizard Tim, Roland for the originals, of course. We had great fun doing this. I guess you probably were. Most people here come from Shelby. We should be the Shelby Appreciation Society. Yeah. Resolve requires GPU to work, or at least on Linux it definitely requires it to work. Windows it might get away without it, but it's certainly an awful lot better with it. Right, where are we? Yeah, I was looking at how I could get this included in with this. Where's the 139? Right, pin 1 is enable. 2 and 3 are the addresses, and all these 4 here are the outputs. Pin 1, I have no idea where that's going. I'm suspecting it might be this pin here, or it might be this one here. Now, if it were that one there, I'd expect to see that's going down there. So that's probably going across to there, and that might be coming around here to pin 1. So if that's going along there, that's going down to there and then through to the other side. So if I look at this, pin 1 on here should be coming through to no, not seeing it there at all. Oh, I'm seeing it there. Is that, oh, hang on, is that right? Am I losing my marbles here? That down, that's the front. Ah, is that pin that I'm seeing? Ah, yes, that could be it. It is. And that pin is wherever my web browser has disappeared to. I've lost my web browser. I think I closed it. I think that's address 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, pin 14 is address 17. 18 isn't used. And 19 and 20 are. Where to? No, that's not used. That one is. Right. I think I may have to do a full reverse engineering of this. This isn't making a whole lot of sense right now. I've got 17, 18, 19, 14, 15. No, 15, 16, 17, but not 18, and not 19. Why not 18 and 19? Surely they're critical. Three, 4, 5, 11, 12 and 13. The two highest address bits don't seem to be being connected to anything on this, which is bizarre. Because surely that would then collide with other things if it's... I am confused. I am mightily confused. CH375B ISA schematic. Let's see if I can just find a pre-done schematic. Yeah, not looking hopeful. There's schematics for other people's devices that they've created. Right. This one definitely uses all the address pins on there anyway. No, this one's using different chips, so that's no use. No, this is going to be a longer job than I thought trying to do this, so meh. Stop it, I won't. Or not right now anyway. I could do with doing a full reverse engineering of it, but that's not something that would work too well on, well, it wouldn't work on stream. We enjoyed it on Shelby's, but it's a long, hard slog over many days. So what I'm going to do now is back to the firmware for it, the BIOS for it. Last time I tried reducing the maximum cylinders to get it to fit onto the smaller flash drive, but it did not want to boot. It would work, it would format, I could install, but it would not boot off it. So I'm going to try reducing the number of heads per cylinder. So normally we have 1024 by 16 by 63. By 12. I need to shrink that. If we change it from 16 to 15 heads, 495. Let's just get my memory stick and plug it in. This is a partition of 442.9. Is 907137 sectors. That's too big. 903. Right, 14 heads might work. But he might work. 14 heads. It's certainly worth a try anyway. Right. Now I have the fun of getting my EEPROM programmer working again. Right, and video, I need a keyboard. Need the network. And I need power. Oh, I've got that set wrong. Where are we? Video capture device. That one there. Wrong one. That one there wants to go. Bring this one in, rotate. See if this works. I've rejigged my network settings slightly, so it might not work. Right, let's go. No, I didn't think so. Isolated my NAS into two separate sections. And I don't have access at the moment where I need to be. That's where it wants to be, isn't it? That should be what I want. That's better. Wish I could type. And it's ROM CK thumb. Okay. Plug in my programmer. It's all lit up. Can't have the network running and run the Super Pro software at the same time. Oh, and I forgot to copy across to the hard drive, didn't I? Fool. So I need network to begin with. Copy the file across. And reboot again. No network at this time. Okay. Load a binary file. Disk.bin. And there it all is. Blank check. Okay, and we will program. That should be it. Right. Moment of truth coming up. As I now put this back in, this way around. Take that one out. Great little lump of 5150. Video, small USB stick. Well, third time lucky. Keyboard is in. MS-DOS boot disks. And boot. Nope. Works better if it's plugged in. Okay. Take two. My nice silent 5150. Will it even find the ROM? That's all looking hopeful. It's found the ROM, it's found the USB stick, and it says the USB stick is bigger than it's configured for, which is exactly what I want. Repartition it, reformat it, install the system, and we shall see if it will actually boot off it this time. Keyboard. Right, B for F disk. That's what's on there at the moment. Let's delete that because it'll be the wrong dimensions. Reboot. And oh, DOS partition already exists. I deleted it. I'm sure I deleted it. Delete. Yes. Maybe it's because I didn't exit. I need to make a boot disk, I think, that just drops into DOS. Has just the tools on I need. Format on here, haven't I? Let's pop a disk in drive B. Right. Install system. Right, let's copy format the B drive. Swap the A drive for the disk 2. And I want fdisk.exe. That should be all I need. DOS disks. Right, so what I've got now, I've got one floppy disk that just has format and fdisk on it. Which should speed things up a bit because it won't have to keep going into that stupid setup program every time. More than likely. Just so I can boot off it fdisk and format without having to go through the setup every single time. I've got a feeling I'll be doing this multiple times. Okay, fdisk. Nothing there. Good. Create. Defaults. Reboot. Okay, format C with the volume name, MS-DOS, and include the system files. Invalid drive specification. I definitely created a partition there. This is refusing to make the partition now. Something very strange going on with this BIOS. Right, that's definitely made it that time. What switches? For F-disk, no switches. And for format, exactly the same here. /S/V. Yes, /S to copy the system files. /V : MS-DOS to name the volume MS-DOS. System transferred. Okay. It's got the system on there. Right, moment of truth coming up. Normally I would do a full installation of DOS. However, I have an installation already that I want to copy across, so I'm not bothering to do an installation. Right, reboot. Does it go into basic? It goes into basic. Right. This, coupled with the fact that it didn't take the partition the first time, and I had to do it twice, tells me there's something definitely very screwy going on with the BIOS. I don't know what the BIOS is doing. But I've got a feeling there might be a mismatch between what the drive thinks it is and what the OS thinks it is. INT 19. Try boot. This is where it's doing the booting. Reset the drive. Clear out AX. Clear out ES. Put 0201 into AX. 7C00 to BX. I have no idea what any of that is. Sector 1 track 0. That'll be the command to say do a read. Oh, the DOS books. Yes, I did, and I thought they were very rude stealing the open source BIOS the way they did. That'll be where it's going to place the sector red. That's what to read. And that is do the operation. And then execute it if we can. So it's when it does the INT13H callback. Software disk interrupts. Okay. O2 is read disk CHS, which is disk op. Where is disk op? You got one. Oh, fantastic. Oh, nice. The good one. I trust that you're going to be doing a video on that because I want to see it in action. Brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. This is all confusing to me because I don't know how the CH375 works. And this is all very specific to that. I think I'm going to have to contact the author of this. which is on GitLab. They're interesting, it has to be said. DOS version wise, on anything up to an 8086, you want to be below version 5 or below, really, but above version 3.2. So 3.2 to 5, so that really gives you 3.2 or 5 because nobody uses 4. And 3.2 onwards, I think it's 3.2 or somewhere around there, that's where it got larger disk support. And everything from above 5, in the 6 and 6.2 and 6.22 and things, are geared more towards the sort of 386, 486 and are considerably heavier weight than version 5. That's why I'm running 5 on this one, because it's really the newest version that you can get away with on an 8088. So I'm just going to see if there's been any updates on here. No, there hasn't. Okay, where are we? I'm not sure where. Issues, there it is. Oh. Good old TFA. I'll wait now for an email to arrive. Come on, GitLab, send me the email. Ah, there's one. Okay, new issue. Unable to boot with the HS other than 1024.16.63. I'm trying to use a smaller USB flash drive and the BIOS source to reduce the number of cell smaller than the flash disk. DOS can see it fine. Well, I wanted to see if I could get it onto the Palm, but unfortunately it won't, because the Palm only syncs the local inbox of Outlook Express, and Gmail, because I use IMAP to communicate with it, creates an entirely separate mailbox within there, so it doesn't link the two across, unfortunately, and I can find no way of doing it. But I think if I did manage to do it, the Palm would have a complete meltdown. So it's probably just as well that I can't. Right. Issue submitted. I had to bring up the Palm. I like the Palm. It's so useful. Sat there by me all the time. The most useful thing is, I don't know how well this will come out, TV remote control. Absolutely. In fact, I'm just going to sit that there for a bit, just to taunt you. Yes, it's my my universal remote control. This now. My desk pro behind me. I can't actually see it. It's sort of over there. I've now got a couple of different versions of Palm Basic installed on there as well for programming my own software for the Palm. I'm going to have fun with that at some point. Right, not much more I can do with that. So I shall turn that off and take out the ROM, erase it, and we shall build the original again. Okay, Google, set a 15-minute timer. Right, so I'm going to need to undo the changes I did on this then. It's back to 1024.16.63. Copy that over to the network. Oh yes, my evil knows no depths, no bounds. There we go. I'll put it away then. Right, let's do the old checksum and shuffle of the ROM image. Hill's Computer Labs, I quite often find drivers that I need on there. It's a very useful resource for older drivers, especially if you're looking for specific versions of older drivers. And the problem I had with the Voodoo card last night, it was Phil's Computer Lab where I got the correct version of the driver because he had them all listed there quite nicely. It's a beautiful site he's got there, loads of good stuff. I find Vogons very useful as well. A good forum to find good information on. Okay, there's the buffer loaded. All I need now is the EEPROM. Yeah, I saw that. I meant to ask you how easy it was to use and how, because I've always shied away from these driver installers, especially on these sort of here's all the drivers websites that offer you all the drivers and you go and click to download the driver and it gives you their installer. Because 9 times out of 10, historically they've all been crammed full of viruses and spyware and malware and all that rubbish. But if Snap is good, I may start using that myself. If Phil's recommended it, then I'm definitely using it. Keyboard. No, wrong keyboard. Too many keyboards. Got 3 keyboards in front of me now. What am I doing? Snappy driver installer. $2K XP Vista 7, 8, 8.1, 10 and 11. They don't do one for 8 for 95 and 98, do they? Goodness me, 35 gigabytes. 35 gigabytes. That'll take me a while to download here. I might download it later on. Well, it's not bad. I've got a. We've recently gone up to 100 meg here. It's capable of a gig. We just had full fibre installed now, so we're on 100 megabit here now, which is it's reasonable. I would like faster, but then wouldn't we all? 100 meg's fine for me though for now. I don't really want to start downloading something this big whilst I'm streaming, just in case it slows down my connection. According to speed test, I'm currently getting 103, 104 megabits per second on the downstream, 105, 106 now, 106.52. And whilst streaming, I'm currently measuring about 16, and I'm using about 3. Yeah, that's about right. About 3 megabits upstream at the moment, and 16 gives me my 19 megabits upstream that I've got. Yes, gigabit would be nice, but I have to pay extra for gigabit, so 100 meg's fine. How much longer for the alarm?
It looks like you don't have any alarm.
How much longer for the timer?
5 minutes and 18 seconds
5 minutes and 18 seconds
remaining.
remaining. Yeah, I think Snappy Driver installer I would get most use out of if it had support for Windows 98. Because that's the one that's harder to find drivers for. And Windows XP I don't normally have much of a problem with. But on the home page, the download, it says Windows 2K XP Vista 7, 8, 9, 8, 8.1, 10, 11. So I mean, I shall try it on 8, on 98, but as far as wondering if there was an older version that would work on it. See, the main download is done through a torrent. That's useful. I can slap that on my NAS and leave it running overnight. Right, I'll start the download. And actually, I want to do that inside Emacs, don't I? Area to C 16 J16 S16. I shall start the download going and see if it cripples my connection or not. See if I get any dropped frames. I'm on 0 at the moment. It's not doing anything yet. No download happening. Archive.org. Let's have a look. Snappy driver. See what comes up. 122.1. Looks like the only one on there is 122.1. Snappy driver installer. 1.18.6. Oh, there's my alarm. Shut up. One nicely cooked EEPROM. Programmer. Okay. Function select blank check. Success. I think I'd rather have the potato than the EEPROM, to be honest. Right, that's done. So we should now have the original back again. Put my wasteful 64 gig in. And make sure it still boots. Your typing's worse than mine. What's going on with you? I'll let you off if you're on your phone. It's looking better. Yeah, that one works again now. And eventually, when it works out how much hard drive space it's got, I think it counts each individual byte of space sequentially, one after the other. That's working. I'm happy with that. So I've achieved absolutely nothing there, but I have confirmed that there is definitely some kind of strange problem going on. Right, and we're heading towards 9 o'clock my time now as well, which is pretty much when I like to finish off. I was hoping to maybe get a bit of a game in, but nah, not really time. Oh, let's pack this baby up then. Do it. Have you seen Adrian's Digital Basement latest 5150 find? I thought that was a very fortuitous find he had in that video. That 386 card was like, wow. I thought at first it might be something like the Microsoft one, the Mac 10 or whatever it's called. But then it was a 386. My God, what's that doing in there? Like, think it was going to get thrown away and shredded. You mentioned there that the backs of the version, the B version, have a B on them apparently. I mean, I know this is a B version. This is a 64 to 256, but there's no B on the back of mine. I don't know if that was an American thing. There's this little sticky patch that looks like a floppy disk with Morse. I don't know what that is. No, there's not much in the UK really in the way of places you can get old computers from. We don't really have the big warehouses and things that you seem to have over in the States and Canada and places like that. It just all gets taken down the tip and crushed and melted down for the precious metals, which is a real shame. Everything that I've got pretty much has come from private owners, basically. They've got rid of what they don't want and what I do want. It's the kind of thing that the moment you see it, you go, I want that. Give it me now. So, I've set up a new scene on here now as well. There we go. You can see me in all my glory. Yes. Well, I wasn't going to get the Palm. It's quite a drive to go and get it, and it was an old Palm, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But you guys insisted that I go and get it, so I hopped in the car and went and collected it, and now I own the Palm. And I'm glad. I enjoy the Palm. It's a nice bit of kit. It's just a shame it doesn't have any memory expansion on it, really. It would be really nice if I could like stick a memory card in it, transfer files that way, but no, it has to be done through the serial port. Actually, I wonder if I go into here and then turn off the lights, hold this up here. Hey, there we go, remote control. My Palm. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's it for tonight now. I think I'm done. I completely failed. It's Snappy downloading. Snappy is not downloading a thing, not doing anything. I might need to use a different piece of software. Let's kill that. It's not going to Canada. Even though the modem has got a Canadian flag on the inside of it, it's not going to Canada. It's staying in England. Or maybe going to Wales with me. That's the closest it'll get to Canada. Yeah, I was using ARIA 2C from the command line, so I'm not sure I've got anything else for downloading torrents on here. My days of torrenting are way past me. Well, I'll sort that out later. I will find something. Views. Is that a Linux thing? Views? Java based. Yeah. It's Java, so it works on everything. Extracting, building. Proceed with installation, yes. Except because it's Java, it looks janky and horrible on Linux. Let's show you what this looks like. Okay, exception after exception after exception, and plus I can't run it remotely on my NAS overnight. Right, yeah, time to finish off. Thanks for reminding me. Got sidetracked there. That was almost a tangent I went on then. Remember, I can't do tangents. I'm not allowed to. They're copyrighted. That's what I want. Right, yeah, that was a complete and utter failure, but hopefully the author of the BIOS will do a bit of digging and find a bug now that I've described what happens. So, yeah. Right, I guess I shall run the outro. There we go. That's up. There we go. I've changed the outro a bit now. I've got the direction right. I've kept the same chat thing on the side here, so it keeps the chat. It doesn't look as good. Not all nicely laid out, but it would lose the chat before, which was annoying. So yeah, that was a failure, trying to get that going again, but an interesting failure nonetheless. So yeah, well, thank you for joining me. It's been fun. If you enjoyed this stream, then you might like to follow to get notified when I stream next, which should be Thursday, same time. I never have any clue what I'm going to do in the next stream, so I can't tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm sure we'll have fun. If you really, really enjoy, you might like to sign up on Patreon. Support me with a little donation every month. You'll get your name in these scrollies down here, and early access to any videos I make, plus joining in that nice little community of fun. And of course there's YouTube and Discord. You can find me on there. Right, well, thank you for joining me, and I will see you on Thursday.